What is up, guys? Dashing here for Community Universe Mode, episode 648. My fine, feathered friends, we are here at the grandest stage of them all. Finally, we've arrived at Ascendance 7, the show of shows, live from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. And it is about to be litty, as the kids today would say. Things are getting started with the Money in the Bank ladder match. A weekend that has already been kicked off hot and spicy by last night's incredible homebound event. Only gonna get better and better. 16 incredible matches to look forward to. And is there any better way than to get this ish off the ground than with the Money in the Bank ladder match? The first competitor, none other than the man who was involved in this very same match 1 year ago at Ascendance 6. The last ever CMV Alpha World Champion, the Portuguese god of wrestling, Kevin Silva, knows what it's like to be world champion. Didn't hold that title for very long, obviously, but he has spent months chasing after that glory, and maybe today, here in Chi-Town, will be his moment to shine yet again. We all know what's inside of that contract. The right to cash in anytime, anywhere, for a world championship match. And the victor all but guaranteed to come through. Only twice ever has a Money in the Bank cash-in failed. More often than not, about 90% of the time, whomever holds that Money in the Bank briefcase is guaranteed to be the next world champion. And here is a favorite. And that could only be amplified when you realize how smart this man is. Look at, he's got himself all taped up. Calls himself the last of a dying breed. The last standing true wrestler. And he proves coming out here to the ring that he's much more than just a gorilla meathead. He's got some brains in that thick skull of his. The Pitbull Perry Heenan has got a lot of pull in this match. He's come close to that world championship in the past. Perhaps never more close than right here today at Ascendance 7. Perry Heenan, the biggest of these 8 superstars who are set to collide. We've talked in these last few weeks whether or not that'll be to his benefit or detriment. Usually in these ladder match scenarios, it's the smaller, more agile guys that can get up that ladder more quickly. But we've seen big men like Perry Heenan before win these types of matches. Perhaps here today, God's plan will come to fruition. The CMV International Champion, Chris Proudfoot, says that he's going to scale that ladder to the heavens, see the face of God, and unhook that briefcase to fulfill his destiny. The light of the Lord leading Chris Proudfoot to this moment. an insatiable appetite, already international champion, but it's not enough for Canada's #1 export. Ladders placed around the ringside area. Unless you've been living under a rock, you gotta know the rules of a Money in the Bank ladder match. There are no pins, no submissions, nor countouts or disqualifications. The only way to win is to set up a ladder, climb it, and unhook that briefcase. You then have the right to cash in for a championship match whenever you so choose to. The CMV fans packed into the arena, ready to see this amazing show get underway. And here's a man who knows a whole lot about missed opportunities. The CMV veteran, former light heavyweight champion, the Dream, Sam Valentine, does not want to let another moment like this slip through his fingers. One of the most experienced of this lot in terms of ladder matches, rivaled only by Jaquan Shea. Sam Valentine, quite honestly, may be a part of that Mount Rushmore we talk about from time to time. One of the greats who has never held a world championship. Over the years, he's been so close he could touch it. Will the story be the same after today? Or will the dream become a reality? Sam Valentine probably still sore from earlier this week on the go-home supremacy, as I'm sure DRH and Jason Spade are as well. They competed in that triple threat ladder match for the Zero G Championship. Jason Spade coming out on top, and I think that swayed the opinion of a lot of people in the CMV universe. In less than a week, they've switched their votes to Jason Spade after seeing what he accomplished. It is a tough one to call, though. I could see all 8 of these superstars being the one to stand atop that ladder with the briefcase in their hands. A superstar that has waited for an opportunity like this. The most experienced of this Money in the Bank ladder match lineup, much like Kevin Sullivan and Jaquan Shea involved in last year's Money in the Bank ladder match here at Ascendance, but earlier this season won a multi-man ladder match to become light heavyweight champion, the last ever light heavyweight champion. And just 24 hours ago, Jaquan Shea alongside Dante Tatum at Homebound defeating Corrosion. Shea says it doesn't stop there, though. Saying, I'm going to realize my potential once and for all, become Mr. Money in the Bank, cash in, and win that world championship that's eluded me for years. The expertise of Jaquan Shea could be what wins him this match. And then there's a man who perhaps we haven't talked enough about in terms of his style and how it will play out in a match like this. Angelo Barbos, a straight up to the bone brawler. Tenacious like a dog with a bone. Angelo Barbos may be impossible to stop. The type of guy that just keeps on coming at you, as evident by earlier this week on Supremacy when he challenged Chris Proudfoot for the International Championship, and despite interference after interference, just kept on coming at Proudfoot until succumbing to all those shenanigans. But what has everybody talking is what went down afterwards. Angelo Barbos shaking hands with Chris Proudfoot. A shocking move, to say the least. Are they going to be in cahoots for this match? I guess we'll find out once that bell rings. And a man who's coming into this one with not a whole lot of momentum behind him. DRH has had far from a good month here in CMV. Losing to Jason Spade in that 2 out of 3 falls match, then attacked by a ladder afterwards. Beaten up by Dada backstage, and just earlier this week losing his 0G championship to Jason Spade in that ladder match. But if there's a way to come back, woo, baby, this is it. Winning Money in the Bank. Speedy has shown us again and again and again why he lives up to that nickname. I do believe him to be the quickest of this lot. If you blink, you might miss him zip up that ladder. And last, but most certainly not least, another fan favorite to walk out of Ascendance 7 here today as Mr. Money in the Bank, the brand new 0G champion, Jason dot 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 Spade. Making everybody wait for it. And there he is. Oh man, and trying to get into the heads of the other 7 men in this match before it even gets underway. Sinister looking. Jason Spade said, though, a couple of weeks ago, he's going to need to channel a part of himself that we've never seen before in order to win this match with that 0G championship looking snug around his waist. I'm sure it would go very well with a Money in the Bank briefcase in his left or right hand. So here we go. The Money in the Bank ladder match gets started hot and heavy. 8 men, 1 goal. Climb a ladder, unhook that briefcase, and all but guarantee yourself to be the next undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Nobody wasting a second, just going after each other. Chris Proudfoot and Angelo Barbos surprisingly going straight for it, resuming their brawl from earlier this week. So I guess the thought of them working together is out the window. Every man for himself. I'm curious as to what that handshake meant then. Perhaps Barbos is questioning his own decision. Proudfoot gonna try to beat the right answer into him. Perry Heenan and Sam Valentine to the right-hand side. Knee to the top of the head by the Dream to the pit bull. Knife edge chop. Looks like a butterfly suplex to follow that up. The agility of Perry Heenan is something I think often underestimated. The former Anarchy champion can move with the best of them for somebody his size. Pabos in the middle of the ring as chaos surrounds him. Just going to take a second to soak it in where he is right now. You know, last year here at Ascendance, he was a part of the Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. Now he has a chance to become Mr. Money in the Bank. The Zero-G champion, Jason Spade, guys, has a ladder, introducing it to the ring. DRH coming to try and cut him off. He's probably in a sour mood after losing his title. Jaquan Shea, Kevin Silva up against the rope. Stun gun, though, and look at Jason Spade just go off, using the ladder as a weapon, trying to eliminate DRH from the equation. Sam Valentine getting himself to a vertical base. Maybe having a bone to pick with Perry Heenan that we're all not privy to. Spade just right in Valentine's face. It's Valentine who really cost DRH that Zero-G championship earlier this week on Supremacy. Jason Spade was, we all thought, What the hell? Oh my God! Perry Heenan running up a ladder as it was placed on the ropes and landing right on Kevin Silva. Jaquan Shea just came out of nowhere now. I legitimately didn't even see him coming. That is what a ladder match is all about, baby. Taking those risks. You ever think you'd see Perry Heenan jumping off a goddamn ladder? Ascendance brings the best out of everyone. Angelo Babos, Jason Spade, they have a long history. Jason Spade cost him Babos a month of his career earlier this season. After their wild fight at Regicide, elbow to the side of the head. A big Irish whip. All 8 men in the ring momentarily before Spade gets sent to the outside. Jaquan Shea going to the top rope. This man just does not stop as DRH caves Proudfoot's skull in with that DDT on the apron. That is not somewhere Proudfoot wants to be laid on top of a ladder. Jason Spade taking out Babos with some well-placed kicks. DRH, meanwhile, has Kevin Silva in a peculiar position there in the corner, turning him around. Sam Valentine into the fray. I was saying before, though, Sam Valentine and DRH both thought that Jason Spade was unconscious at ringside, so Valentine decided to hit his patented Dream Shatterer, that coast-to-coast, and Spade, just the sneakiest of sneaks, came into the ring, scaled up that ladder in the blink of an eye, and unhooked the championship before Valentine even knew what was going on. Even more so, Valentine is eager to make up for his past mistakes and finally win that big one, man. Ladders just all over the place. I'm finding it hard to keep up with what the hell is going on. Utter anarchy. Babos now with a DDT off the apron to Spade. As Perry Heenan, what the hell is this? That modified pile driver. I thought for a minute he was going for a neutralizer, but then he just said, hang on a minute, let me end this man's career. And Heenan, middle of the ring, everybody else is busy. I don't even think anybody's noticed he's climbing the ladder. The pitbull, the pitbull, the pitbull. Could he be Mr. Money in the Bank? Kevin Silva hammering away at the back of his leg. Proudfoot now not strong enough on his own. Heenan nearly 300 pounds. But the combined effort of Proudfoot and Silva, Heenan now power bomb at the goddamn ladder. Heenan may be dead. And now it's Silva who has the ladder, but DRH coming to the rescue. And Silva just freaking throws him right into the rungs, the back of his head clinking off the metal. Silva up the ladder. Kevin Silva now has the briefcase in hand. Somebody's got to stop him, but I don't think anybody can. Kevin Silva, Proudfoot into the ring. Is he fast enough? Up the ladder, the international champion, hammering away at his ribs, willing to turn them to dust. But now these two atop the ladder, a frightening sight. Knife edge chops, forearm smashes, back and forth they go. And Silva takes the plunge. Proudfoot, will he fulfill God's plan? The international champion, Jason Spade, is doing his damnedest to stop him. And he does, knocking Proudfoot down to the canvas with a thud. But Proudfoot quickly gets back to his feet, charging after his arch nemesis. And that ladder just set up very ominously. Harry Heenan and Kevin Silva, and Chris Proudfoot nearly winning it. Proudfoot again, seeing that the area is clear, has the briefcase. I don't know if anyone's going to be quick enough to stop him this time. Chris Proudfoot is Mr. Money in the Bank. God's plan has been realized. And Chris Proudfoot is Mr. Money in the Bank. Those last few minutes had me on the edge of my seat. My God. Harry Heenan almost had it. Then I thought Kevin Silva had it, but no. It's Chris Proudfoot, who is all but guaranteed himself to be the next world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you missed a wild Money in the Bank ladder match. To get things started here at Ascendance 7, Chris Proudfoot bringing God's plan to fruition, but we have still got a whole lot in store here for part one of the grandest stage of them all, Bay. And what a way to continue rolling on through. It is anything goes between former brothers Xander Slate and Bob Luger. Before everything gets capped off with the unsanctioned showdown between Josh Wolf and Reese Ortiz, and a whole lot of meat in between. Slate and Luger are not looking to have a Mac Classic. Not going out there tonight to put on a show for the fans. They're going out to that ring with one goal in mind, and that is to rip each other in half. Bob Luger earlier this season, after capturing the International Championship at SummerSlam, was forced to retire due to an injury. And shortly after, Xander Slate, seeing his chance to strike, turned his back on Randy Orton and Chris Adams, then saying afterwards, Luger kept me held down for so long, as did the rest of Click. Now it's time to strike out on my own. Becoming the king of the ring and further rubbing that salt into the wound while Luger sat at home and could do nothing about it. Saying, I told you all. For years, Bob Luger has held me back, but not anymore. But Luger wasn't going to have any of that. The work ethic titan, living up to his name, busting his ass to rehabilitate, coming out of retirement, and saying, you don't get away that easy, Slate. I'm back to avenge my brothers and to make your life a living hell, and do that he most certainly has. Just as Slate was reaching his peak, Luger came back to rip it right out of his hands. And quite literally, in terms of his crown, stealing it from the OG Dirty Heel, melting it down, which only a couple weeks ago led to one of the wildest brawls I've ever seen, ending with both men locked in jail. But Jade Dynamite bailing them out, because nobody wants to miss this. It's been a long time coming, honestly. And I don't know if you all remember, but the last time these two went one-on-one, it was magic. Earlier this season at Exodus, one of the greatest matches I have ever seen. Xander Slate came out on top. Will the same result be seen tonight? Not if Bob Luger has anything to say about it. He's not just coming out here for his own personal vengeance. He's fighting for Randy Orton, for Chris Adams, for the brotherhood of that Xander Slate. Kicked down into the dirt and buried. This is going to be a straight up fight. There's no denying the intensity that exists between these two men. Bob Luger feels betrayed, and rightfully so. Xander Slate feels that Bob Luger was using him as a pawn all along. Luger was truly the front man, says Slate. Me and Orton were lackeys. And as soon as Luger hits the road, I become king of the ring. I prove why I am better than he has ever been. But looking at how this match just started, that might be a false statement. Luger coming out swinging. Slate from the canvas, though, gets off a punch to the jaw, stomping away at that knee. Grabs the beachy blonde hair, but a back body drop is waiting for him. You saw no collar double tie-up, no feeling out process. These two aren't going to roll around on the mat and exchange holds. DDT by the former two-time Alpha World Champion, now extending Slate's arm. Luger doesn't just want to beat Xander Slate tonight, wants to hurt him. Like Slate hurt him and the rest of their brothers. So on the top rope now, this isn't something you see too often from Bob Luger. Flying from the high rent district, but Xander Slate just brings that edge out of him. That will to do whatever it takes. Luger hanging on for dear life, but not going to do him much good. Gets flung up into the air with that alley-oop. Comes through with a vertical suplex. Luger started strong, had control for the first couple of minutes, but the show biding his time and starting to turn the tides. This is anything goes, no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to win is via pinfall or submission in the ring. Bob Luger showing off those 18-inch pythons. Brother, he worked hard for it. He deserves to, brag about it a little bit. I don't know if this is the time to do it. But there's Xander Slate saying, come on, Loogie. This is all you're bringing to the big dance? Side control, straight right hooks trying to cave Luger's face in. Neither man would be against taking years off of the other's career. I mean, Bob Luger, we already thought his time inside of a wrestling ring was done and over forever. But that just goes to show the resolve of the work ethic type. Battled back from an injury that would have broken most men's spine buster on the outside. Echoing throughout the entire arena. Thunderous impact. That was a pretty cheeky uppercut right there by Luger. And now smashes Slate face first off the apron. Everything that ain't nailed down. Viable to be used. Military press. Dropped into a European uppercut. Another DDT. And now it's Luger saying, Xander, man, you kind of let me down a little bit. I thought you was the show. Back into the ring. Luger said Slate. These are two guys who love to trash talk, especially each other. The fact that the bell has rang and this match has gotten underway ain't gonna stop him. Clothesline, and again, ducks Luger's off the ropes, tilt the world, single knee backbreaker. That is vintage Xander Slate, but he's not done. Bob Luger could be in big time trouble. Snapmare off the rope, kick a kick, missed. Luger gets out of the way. They know each other too well. Luger landing! Luger landing out of nowhere! Slate busted open into the pin. 1, 2. But despite Xander Slate's many flaws, he is not a man to go down so easily. That's the one good thing I could say about him. He's got that will to survive. A fight inside of him. Clothesline to the corner. Bob Luger's far from finished. There ain't no party. Look at uppercut party, because an uppercut party don't stop, baby. Luger rallying the CMV crowd to the other corner. Another one. Launch back. Another one. As the blood drips down Slate's face off the ropes. Drop kick. Picture perfect execution. Back body drop by the two-time world champion. Hooks that jaw. Hang on a minute! Slate! Going for the clean slate, perhaps. Luger able to get out of it, attempting a Coney Island Cyclone. Slate takes it right back from him. Kick to the midsection. Heavy Irish whip. Sternum first. Not even able to realize what's going on before Luger freaking trashes him down to the mat with that German suplex. Referee Murphy checking on Slate there, making sure he can continue because he ain't looking so well right now. Luger appreciating these fans who have had his back since he returned, even after everything he's done in the past. Botchplex with a bridge to pin. Slate nearly stealing this one. Xander Slate wants blood too. Finding it hard to get though. Sweep. Luger has Xander by the ears. Straight up punch down the middle. Connecting with the bridge of Slate's nose. DDT. Stomp to the back of the head. And that shoulder claw of doom. Xander Slate is a deceivingly big man. 6'4", 260 pounds, squeezing down to a pressure point like that. Luger wasn't in for very long, and now he's looking to make Xander Slate tap out with a Rings of Saturn. How good would this feel for the work ethic titan to not only beat Xander Slate, but make him quit? Slate does not. Luger's forced to release the hold. Doesn't have enough left in the tank to continue locking it in. I don't call him the cardio maniac for nothing, though. The longer this matchup goes, the more it will benefit someone like Bob Luger, who just seems to get better as a match progresses. Going after that arm now, you know, Bob Luger is known to pull out the occasional cross arm bar, and I can only assume that is what he's setting up for. Turning Slate's arms to hamburger meat. Scoop slam, maybe just a backup plan. Better do something. Slate, craftiest son of a gun to ever enter a wrestling ring. What is Bob Luger doing here? The fans are already chanting, "This is awesome!" What the hell? Suicide John Bob Luger! Ascendance season is here, baby! Live and in color. When have you ever seen Bob Luger hit a goddamn suicide dive? Insanity! To the arm he goes again. Trying to shatter Xander Slate's bones into a fine dust. Face first off the apron. Once again, Slate is starting to bleed profusely at this point. The cut across his forehead widening. Bob Luger deciding enough is enough. I'm sure Luger deep down inside doesn't take pleasure in beating down his former brother, but it's something he feels as though he has to do. Didn't get all of that wheel kick, but enough of it from the top rope again. What is he looking for? Oh, my top rope wheel kick! Holy shit! 1, 2! Slate with blood in his eyes. All over Bob Luger's hands. One can't deny that Xander Slate brings out the absolute best in the work ethic Titan. He's continuing to try to go for pins. It's almost as if Bob Luger wants to show mercy. Xander just stayed down to the top rope. I feel as though there's only so many times Bob Luger can do this before it backfires. We just saw it right there. High risk offense. Named as such for a reason. What the hell? Oh, man, I felt that. I felt that. Xander Slate's shoulder smacking into the mat. There was a pop, an audible pop. Luger zoning in on that shoulder now. Xander Slate's not done fighting. Bob Luger has an answer for everything that Slate is throwing at him. Is Xander Slate even going to have arms after this match is over, dude? Bob Luger is dissecting this man, grabbing him by the face, saying, "Why did you have to do this?" Attempting to break the arm in half. Xander Slate, all he needs is one tiny little opening. Anything goes. That means no disqualifications. Xander Slate in the clear, attempting to use leverage. Got a close 2 count. Luger's looking at him like, are you kidding me? They're going to try something like that? Sternum first, into the turnbuckle. Xander Slate's waiting with a couple of elbows, though. You see him? Did you see Xander Slate grab at his arm? So much of Slate's offense involves using his strength to lift his opponents up. That may be impossible. The game plan of Bob Luger being fully realized here. Swinging neck breaker. And again, Luger goes to the pin. 1, 2. But Slate just will not give him the satisfaction. Hands on his hips. The cardio maniac has his limits. Full mount, open palms, trying to get through. Into the cross armbar. There it is. Cross armbar. Cross armbar. Slate, slippery, gets free, and 2 punches right to the jaw. Luger stunned, but not long enough for Slate to take advantage. Bobby boy, what in the blue hell is this? What am I looking at? I have never seen anything quite like this before. It's like a sharpshooter mixed with a surfboard stretcher, a chicken wing of some kind. I don't even know. A monstrosity of agony for Xander Slate there. Bob Luger takes a deep breath as Slate turns around. Another Luger landing. No! Xander Slate gets out of it. Front headlock by the OG Dirty Heel. Single knee gutbuster. Blood covering the entirety of Slate's face. It's all over his chest. And look at Slate now just go off. Punches and bunches, stomps to the chest. That hatred pouring out now. DDT off of the kneeling position. Xander Slate. Wheelbarrow facebuster. Coming in heavy. And just like that, Xander Slate, the clean slate again thwarted. But Xander, third time's the charm. Clean slate, clean slate, clean slate. Collapsing in the cover. 1, 2, 3. 2.99999999999. How in the hell was that not a 3? You saw Xander Slate's jaw drop. He looked at the referee. He said, that was a 3. Get the hell out of here. So stunned, he goes for the pin again. Another close count, but that was clearly only at 2. Bob Luger shakes off the cobwebs. Desperation pin. Or maybe pity. Something Luger can't afford to show. He's saying, come on, Slate, you wanted this. You caused this. Now get up and fight. And both men just trying to pin each other after every move. They were once brothers. Had each other's backs. An immense amount of love shared between them. But that was all brought crashing down by Xander Slate. Slobbering blow to the upper back. Gonna give Luger a taste of his own medicine. Smack dab off that apron. And he ain't finished either. Now into the announce table. All around the ringside area. And again. Like I said before, everything that ain't nailed down the corner of the table, that sharp edge right into the guts of the work ethic titan. Scrambling his organs now into the squared circle. How is Xander Slate even conscious at this point after losing so much blood? The fight that's within these two men. Impossible to ignore. The pride comes before the fall, as they say. Xander Slate turning his back on Luger. to mock these fans who cheer him on. Ringside once again. Bob Luger with a bit of an homage to Brett Angel with the small package driver, aka the Blackest Night. The two of them working together earlier this week on Supremacy to defeat Xander Slate and Shay Hoxton, of course. Hoxton Angel. One-on-one. Co-main event here at Ascendant 7. Into the ring. Oh my Lord! Bob Luger just knifed and chopped this man in the face! Coney Island Cyclone! Xander Slate has got that well scouted. Hardly got that wheel kick. Just enough of it to put Xander Slate down, and into the rings of Saturn we go. Again, Bob, and Xander Slate taps! Xander Slate taps! Bob Luger! Just like that, Slate had nothing left. And Bob Luger doesn't just beat Xander Slate, but forces him to submit. Bob Luger accomplishing what he set out to do here tonight at Ascendant 7. Brothers waging war, and that is most certainly what it was. An unforgettable showdown, and Bob Luger has his revenge. The night is far from over. My beauty, still a whole lot to look forward to here on part one of Ascendant 7, including Hayden versus Dante Tatum, Levi Marta versus Bloody Justice, and of course our main event, an unsanctioned showdown. Nearly 2 years in the making between Josh Wolf and Race Ortiz, but first, no pun intended, a fight to see who the big dog on Supremacy really is and who should be the next in line. Rightful #1 contender for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, the POV of CMV, Brian Jacobson, against prime time Pierre Thompson. This is a matchup that I am very much looking forward to, because truly, who should be the next man in line for a shot at that Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship? There are two names at the top of the list, but there will be only one after this match right here. Brian Jacobson making his Ascendance debut in the Windy City. The POV of CMV, ever since coming back after losing his best friend and tag team partner TZ Mass to retirement, made it very clear that his intentions are to become King of the Mountain when he cost George King the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship against Andrew Briggs some months ago. And then he got his shot inside of the Elimination Chamber, even made it to the final two. He and George King leaving everything inside of that chamber, but in the end, George King was the better man. But Brian Jacobson proved on that night to any doubters in the CMV universe that he has what it takes to be the face of CMV. There's just one problem. A big dog is standing in his way. No one could ever knock the fashion sense of Bryan Jacobson. Stellar looking as always. Taking it all in, looking around. This packed crowd of 60,000 screaming CMV fans. Who are eager to see who wants it more. And it's hard to find another superstar who has worked harder for that spot than Prime Time. For years, Pierre Thompson has been hailed as one of the greatest superstars to never hold a world championship. And believe it or not, it was Pierre Thompson's first ever world championship match inside of the Elimination Chamber at Purgatory. And even though he was set back on that night, he is not going to let this championship elude him any longer. And if that means he has to run over Bryan Jacobson here tonight at Ascendance 7, then so be it. Thompson is tired of waiting. The big dog wants to eat. Bryan Jacobson, Pierre Thompson, one-on-one at the grandest stage of them all to prove just who wants it more. Really an unofficial #1 contenders match. 3 weeks from tomorrow night will be the season finale here in CMV with the 5th annual Battle Scars pay-per-view event. I could very easily see Jade Dynamite giving the winner of this match the final World Championship opportunity of the season. Both these men know that. They know they're at the top of the rankings. It's just a fight to see who wants that opportunity more than the other, and what are they willing to do to get it. Bryan Jacobson knowing full well he does not have any sort of advantage in terms of strength against Pierre Thompson, so resorting to take this match to the canvas, and that is a very smart move. Pierre Thompson isn't just a strong man. No. He is the total package. If you went into a lab and tried to cook up the perfect wrestler, Pierre Thompson is what would get popped out. He's got that speed and that agility, that raw aggression and strength, that craftiness, the smarts. Same could be said about Bryan Jacobson, though. Maybe not in terms of his size, but don't let that fool you. Don't let that keep you from thinking Bryan Jacobson has what it takes to be the man around here in CMV. Hopefully Ric Flair is assuming you're saying that. Jacobson knows himself that he has the potential to rule CMV with an iron thumb. Bryan Jacobson is just going to be the first hurdle of many. Pierre Thompson going to be the first hurdle of many. Split right down the middle is the CMV universe for this one, and understandably so. Brian Jacobson brought up to his seat, gets a kick off to the midsection. Double axe handle, swinging for the fences. I'm surprised we didn't see the big dog's head go popping off up into the cheap seats here to the top rope. Brian Jacobson does not have anything pretty in store. Oh my God! Get the hell out of here! An old school Schmitty from up high on the landing of Pierre Thompson there. His face just freaking ate the canvas. Snap vertical suplex. Stomp to the upper back. Pierre Thompson lately been calling himself the impact player. And you want to see an impact? How about that right there? Middle of the ring, running power slam. Stomp and then into a lateral press. One, only a 1 count. Brian Jacobson from the canvas, able to get off that double leg takedown. This is the first time these two have shared a ring together, even before the Elimination Chamber. On the go home before Purgatory, that tag team match where Brian Jacobson pinned Pierre Thompson as he looks to do again right here in Ascendance 7, but only a 2 count. Remember what it took though? I think about 5 or 6 virtue signals. Thompson has nightmares about that move. He does not want to taste another one. He may not have a choice though. Virtue signal by the POV of CMV. 1, 2, no. Pierre Thompson knows what is at stake. The chance to earn himself a one-on-one world title match, something he has worked his entire CMV career for, over 3 years in that ring, busting his ass, seeing others come in and pass him by like Brian Jacobson is trying to do here. Short arm shoulder block. Thompson with a well-placed kick to the jaw, and the big dog trying to mark his territory, defend his yard. Up against the ropes, knowing how to use that ring as a weapon is very instrumental. What could make or break a match like this for a superstar? The play of the day hooks the leg. Pierre Thompson had this in the bag. 1, 2, 3, and he does! Pierre Thompson! Just like that! The big dog has bested Jacobson on the grandest stage of them all. After Jacobson was in control. Look at, I still can't believe that. Schmitty smiling as he watches from home. That was nasty looking. We thought it was over when Brian Jacobson hit the virtue signal. But the big dog getting let off his leash at the end there. And all it took was one well-placed play of the day. And Pierre Thompson was not going to lose this match. The Impact player is done playing. He's coming for that world championship. Whether anybody likes it or not, and especially Brian Jacobson. Sorry about that. I had to guzzle down a quick bottle of water. My voice already getting raspy, and we've still got a ton to get into, so I can't have that happening. Including what's coming up next, baby. This is probably... Yeah, this might be the match I'm most looking forward to over this entire weekend. A star-making moment it could be for Dante Tatum as he faces his biggest challenge yet in the form of the five-time undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Hayden. For months, people have been hailing Dante Tatum as the next Hayden, a man who, despite his size, overcame the odds, has main evented 3 ascendances, a 5-time world champion, a bona fide future Hall of Famer. Everyone sees that kind of future for Dante Tatum here in CMV, except for Hayden himself, who detests the fact that people have been saying Dante Tatum will be the next him. And he's here tonight at Ascendance 7 to prove that that is a big, fat lie. But Tatum, though he appreciates the praise, says, I don't even want to be the next Hayden. I want to be the first Dante Tatum. Hayden really is that pinnacle of what CMV is all about. He's a man that if you can beat him, you really prove to everyone that you have what it takes to make it here in the big leagues. He's that standard bearer. But Hayden's ego won't allow for anyone to take his name and run with it. You just have to look back to 24 hours ago at Homebound in that tag team match against Corrosion side by side with Jaquan Shea to know what Dante Tatum is all about. The spark plug, the catalyst, the heart and soul of CMV is here to stay. And he has shown this past season that much like Hayden in his heyday, you can mock his size all you want, but that won't stop him from jumping over all those hurdles and being the future of this company. The former NGW champion said it himself, this is the biggest match of my career. And if there are really any doubters left out there in the CM universe, I don't know how there could be to what Dante Tatum brings to the table. They will not only be silenced, but shut up here tonight at the grandest stage of them all. Hayden tried to come out swinging. Dante Tatum, though, taken down to the canvas with that side headlock punch straight to the face. Kick to the gut. Dante Tatum able to go behind, stomp to the quad. Sends it back to the midsection again. Clothesline. Tatum, though, reels him in. Spinning slow kick to the midsection. Collar and elbow tie-up. Hayden pushes him off. Clothesline. And just like that, Dante Tatum grounded. Now, even though these two are very similar in stature, they are immensely different in what they bring to the squared circle. Dante Tatum, lightning quick, extraordinarily agile. Just may be the most athletic superstar in all of CMV today, and maybe it's history. Whereas Hayden despite being smaller in size, is pound for pound one of the strongest motherfuckers we have ever seen come through those doors in CMV. And well-rounded as well, because he's no one-trick pony. Back into the corner, up on the top rope already. Hang on a minute, what is Tatum doing here? I don't know if I can take this so early on. What the hell is this? On Hayden's shoulder, oh my God! Freaking Rana from the top rope, get out of here. And then continuing to target that back with a soccer ball kick. Tatum trying to get a knowledge of his surroundings, pulls off that shining wizard, and shot after shot after shot rolls through, picking Hayden up into an air raid siren neckbreaker. Goes for the pin after that combo. This one could be over already. We know Hayden doesn't have the best record when it comes to time here at Ascendance. Last year he lost in under 2 minutes to Pierre Thompson. I think he's already elapsed that time, so there's a good thing. Hayden trying to steal this one. No! Out of the roll-up into a butterfly DDT. That's what I'm saying, man. Hayden, he knows the game too well at this point in his career. He was involved in the very first ever CMV match 647 episodes ago. He was victorious on that night. Ever since then, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble, World Championships, just about every single thing you can accomplish here in CMV, Hayden has. But he's still not done. He's still running at 100% speed. And that's why he's been hounding Dante Tatum, why he wanted this match. Just as much as Dante Tatum wants to prove to everybody that he has what it takes to, you know, be the guy that can carry CMV into the future. Hayden wants to prove, hey, I'm not finished. How can there be a next Hayden when the OG Hayden is still around? Some Charlie horses, gets himself free, but walks right into that lifting reverse DDT. Surely the thing Dante Tatum wants to watch out for most of all is that Hollywood hold that has tormented the CMV roster for almost 5 years. Hayden tapping his skull, saying, I've got a plan in mind. Don't count me out just yet. Couple of clotheslines. Dante Tatum tries to shoot off one of his own, but right into that snap power slam. Hayden. Scoop slam. Dante Tatum able to get behind him, though. Pushes him forward, creating that distance, and a sunset flip powerbomb! Perfectly executed. Shoots the half, hooks the leg. Tatum, 1, 2. The biggest win of his CMV career. The former NGW champion, hands on his head. He thought that was it right there, but you got to remember who you're in the ring with. That's the A-lister. And Hayden from the ring looking down at Dante Tatum. That is very poetic because Hayden does not respect Tatum in any sort of way. I don't know if there's any superstar in existence that could, you know, be called the next Hayden, and Hayden would be okay with it. Because he thinks he's the best. That this world has to offer the cream of the crop, but Dante Tatum's gonna prove him wrong. 6-star frog splash! The biggest one in his career. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But it's Hayden we're talking about. With little time to spare, gets his shoulder up off that mat, but he is still looking worse for wear. Staring up at them lights. Tatum to the top rope again, but not looking for another 6-star frog splash. We're not going to get a repeat of last night at Homebound. Instead, a Hurricane Rana. Indescribable just how amazing Dante Tatum is to the top rope again! Look at this kid! Beckoning Hayden on another Hurricane Rana! Taking Hayden by the shoulders, dragging him towards the center of the ring. telling everybody to hush up and listen loud. Bam! Swinging neck breaker, hooks the leg. See ya, bye. 1, 2. Hayden may be realizing right now in this moment what he has gotten himself into, but there's that veteran instinct. However, Dante Tatum ain't gonna let him rest. From the top rope to the outside of the ring with an elbow drop. Putting his body on the line. Off the shoulders, Hayden able to wiggle loose, drop down behind, reverse DDT. In the ring is where Hayden wants Dante Tatum. Knee to the back of the head. Can't allow, I should say, Hayden to adopt this kind of slow and methodical pace catchphrase right there. Dante Tatum sends it back at him, baby. Hitting him with his own patented maneuver. Stomp onto the arm, half camel clutch. If Dante Tatum is able to tap out Hayden Kitely at Ascendance, beat him at his own game, I'll eat my own shorts. I know I made that promise before, but I only have a few pairs of shorts. I can't be eating them all. Dante Tatum, though, might be eating his words. Hollywood hold! Hollywood hold! Tatum immediately escapes! Get the hell out of here! Tatum said, I ain't sticking around for that, bruh. Lifted reverse DDT, grabs the leg. Could he steal it? 1, 2, no! Pushing Hayden forward. Targeting his arm. What's the play here? A taste of his own medicine stomp onto the face, standing moonsault. Another swinging neck breaker. Tatum wants everyone to hear the flesh of Hayden smack off the canvas. Another pin attempt. 1, 2, but Hayden unwilling to stay down, running neck breaker. Grabbing Tatum by the face, gets a sweep. But once more, Hayden allowing that veteran instinct of his to kick in. He knows where he is at all times, able to roll to the outside and catch his breath. Runs right past Dante Tatum, forcing the Catalyst to chase after him. But it pays off anyhow with a bangarang. Picks him up into the seated position. Figure 4 head scissors. Tatum wanting to slow things down because the longer this matchup goes on, the more it will most certainly benefit someone like Hayden. Dante Tatum has had some amazing matches in his time here in CMV, the main roster, NGW. But for everyone he has had, Hayden has had 10. He knows what it's like to go the distance. Sunset Flip Powerbomb numero 2. 1, 2, 3. Dante Tatum has done it. The heart and soul of CMV. At the show of shows has bested the greatest to ever do it and Hayden back to his feet. I think he's finally realized what we already know, and the handshake, yeah, that's what I like to see. Hayden giving Dante Tatum his due. He's not the next Hayden. He's the first Dante Tatum. Excusez-moi, needed another H2O break. But congratulations to Dante Tatum, the biggest win of his wrestling career, and surely a passing of the torch as Hayden offered the handshake. That is just great to see. But coming up next, we are going to take a turn into the ugly as Zach Angel and Alistair Knox collide inside of a steel cage. Ever since Zach Angel arrived here in CMV at Absolution in the Royal Rumble match, he has hounded Alistair Knox, saying he is a false god and no person to be feared, but just that, a person, a man, and nothing more, and that Zach Angel is the new face of fear here in CMV, and his goal has been to eliminate Alistair Knox. I don't think there's a single place these two haven't brawled. And their war hasn't been without the casualty of innocence. Nobody has actually died, thank God, but certainly many have gotten between them and felt their wrath, their hatred for each other blinding them. And that is why Jade Dynamite has decided to lock them inside of a steel cage so that nobody else will get hurt because of this war. Zach Angel coming dressed for a fight because he knows that is exactly what this is going to be. He won't be scanning across the ring from any normal man, and I think that's what Angel doesn't get. Alistair Knox has been feared here in CMV for years for a reason. The ominous one has gone down to that ring time and time and time again. Sending chills up and down the spines of every single CMV fan. Goosebumps on the arms of the little ones in the front row. Alistair Knox knows how to elicit fear in a way that I have never seen wielded by another man on this planet. But Knox's reign of terror has been challenged by a new monstrosity on the block in the form of Zach Angel. And as that steel cage will lower and closing these two within, there is no escape. The match can only be won by pinfall or submission, and although the cage can certainly be used as a weapon, it is there for the sole purpose that nobody else be hurt because of what these two are willing to do to each other. Zach Angel, Alistair Knox inside of a steel cage. Angel comes out with a clothesline like a bull let loose for its pen, gets a spinning soul kick. Knox gonna try to roll through, an immediate submission slapped on. Zach Angel, undefeated so far in his CMV career. Will it end in the blink of an eye here at Ascendant 7? No, it will not. Alistair Knox, a former Rising Star champion, Anarchy champion, the longest reigning United States champion of all time. Dragged to the center of the ring. Zach Angel picking Knox up, rolling it, neck snap. Zach Angel doesn't just want to show to everybody, expose to the world who Alistair Knox really is, but wants to do so by besting Knox at his own game. We've seen Zach Angel using censorship, that deep guillotine choke that Alistair Knox has terrorized the CMV roster with these past 2.5 years. Bashing his skull off the mat. First pinfall attempt of the match. Gets barely a 1 count. Forearm smash at close range. Elbow right up under the jaw and a forearm smash. Grounding Knox, leaving him open for that leg drop. Missed the stomp though. Falling fish drop, old school. Definitely effective, and a kick to the back. Ever since Knox came back, 6 months on the shelf due to an injury. And that very same Royal Rumble match where Zach Angel debuted, we've kind of seen the ominous one off his game. Whether or not that's because of the mind games and attacks at the hands of Zach Angel, I do not know, but Alistair Knox, I do believe, needs to win this match. Because if he doesn't, then everything Zach Angel has said will ring true. Against the ropes. Tries to swing away. Neck breaker. Smack dab. And the center of the squared circle. And again, just trying to crack his skull open. Look at this. Angel is ruthless. Another leg drop. Rolling neck snap. I think Zach Angel has made a very clear target of Alistair Knox's neck. Softening up for that deep guillotine choke, for the censorship that has been the downfall of almost every single person who has stood across a ring from Alistair Knox. Air raid siren neck breaker. Hit with such force that it brings Zach Angel down to one knee. Took everything out of him. Jumping cutter attempted. Throws out an elbow, but Zach Angel with the Omega Driver gets there first. And again, though, Angel, since coming to CMV, hasn't had, a classic. His matches haven't gone longer than 5 minutes. He's dispatched of everyone lickety split. And we are seeing that stamina factor kind of come back to bite him. After every move he hits, he collapses out of breath. Knox just maybe biding his time. At least I certainly hope so. Angel has been all over him like a monkey on a cupcake, peanut butter on jelly. And Angel now backs into the corner, stomping his foot, saying, "This is my ring now, Knox." Right to the face! Busting Knox open, throws him down. 1, 2, 3. I would have bet my bottom dollar that was going to be a 3 count, and this match was going to be over. Zach Angel finding it harder and harder to push through in this match. Knox, snap German suplex. Has Zach Angel played right into the hands of the ominous one? Under the goggles, gouging the eyes before Knox can even react. Taken down with that neck breaker, sweeps the leg. Knox channeling those dark forces around him. Ends lariat. Stomp to the lower back, and it almost hard to watch. Angel saying, "Come on, Knox!" I thought you were the Grim Reaper of CMV. Zach Angel isn't impressed. Maybe he should spend more time trying to actually win this match, rather than trash talking. Elbow to the side of the head. front headlock, throwing Knox down to the canvas, breaking that knee in half. If this match continues how it has been so far since that bell rang, I don't see much hope. Blood. I can only imagine it's getting underneath the goggles, filling Knox's eyes. But still, he fights, trying to go low. Valiant. This may be the end of the ominous one. As we know him, Angel is tearing this man in two. And now with his own move, the censorship, Knox counters it though. Go to the top of the head. Knox. Roundhouse has Angel down, seeing stars. Goes for that punch in the gut. Angel has done such a tremendous job though of keeping Knox at bay. 1, 2. Lateral press. Angel turning his back, confident that this match will play out in his favor. Alistair off the fireman's carry. 1 kick KO! And these shots to the temple are going to start having an effect if they haven't already. You can't just keep getting kicked to the head and it's all, fine and dandy. Angel! Modified crossface Knox with the blood spurting from that gash across his forehead. Needs to get out of it, and he does. Before it's too late, Irish whip. Bicycle kick gets up under the knee. Knox goes for the arm. Perhaps Knox has found his second wind. Another rolling heel kick. Ringing Angel's bell. Elbow to the throat, kick to the midsection. Angel gets there quicker though with a cheeky little jab. Stomps the quad. Angel turns around right into a takedown. Got a hold of the arm. Knox gonna try to rip it right off. Swinging knee, connects with the jaw. Angel, hands on his hips, looking around like, what have I gotten myself into here? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, but Angel wanted this. Again, censorship is evaded. And Knox gonna show him how it's done. Censorship, locked in. One of the most feared maneuvers in CMV history, but Angel, oh my God. Zach Angel escapes it instantaneously as launching Knox into the steel cage, the wall, his flesh grinding off of the chain link. Spinning soul kick, Irish whip. Heel connects with the jaw, and one more time. Knox will not stay down though. And swinging neck breaker, gonna give him no choice. Angel continuing to mock Alistair Knox. Stomp onto the face, and knees cleanly connecting with the temple, one after the other. We're witnessing a murder live here at Ascendance 7. Knox is not a man to be killed so easily. Luthez press, right hands, cracking that jaw. Soccer ball kick, sending pain, shooting up and down that spine. European uppercut, putting some distance between these two. It's closed by Angel with a forearm smash. Taken by the shoulders. Dragged across the mat. Continuing to go after that neck. Laser focused by Zach Angel. here at the show of shows. Forearm smash up against the cage wall. A clean punch to the chest. Knox using that top turnbuckle to batter Zach Angel, smashing his face to pieces. Arm drag Zach Angel. Beginning to realize he needs to end this match before it ends in a way that he would not like it to. Another Omega driver. 1, 2. Angel looking out at this sea of fans, wondering, is it even possible? Wait a minute. There's no escape. What is Knox doing? Off the cage wall with an elbow drop. Amazing. Knox using the cage to his benefit. Gets that punch. Right under the lung, and now a stomp to the back of the skull. And Knox. One more time. Bringing Angel down. Censorship. Locked in. Squeezing the life out of Zach Angel. Will he tap? Or will he pass out? Either way, doesn't matter to Alistair Knox. Hands on his hips. Knox has lost a lot of blood into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Alistair Knox is still the face of fear here in CMV. Angel did not tap, but he did pass out, and Alistair Knox has defended his claim as the Grim Reaper of CMV. A bloodbath inside of the steel cage. Zach Angel spent a large part of that match dominating the ominous one. But Alistair Knox using his veteran edge, biding his time. The marks of a warrior. Whew! What a night. Part 1 of Ascendance 7 has already turned out to be, but we have still got 3 more amazing matches to get to. Into our tertiary main event we go, as it is father versus son. Harvey Hastings versus Stefan Hastings. Blood versus blood. The mental deterioration. Does Harvey not have his attire? He better. I hate this game. Oy vey. We were supposed to get pink Harvey Hastings. Sometimes 2K can be real trash. God damn it. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Harvey Hastings is really wearing. because the mental deterioration of the assassin has been well documented these past couple of years, and it's led him to the point where he has no choice but to hang up his wrestling boots and retire if he wants to have any sort of future outside of the squared circle. Not to mention all the physical injuries he's incurred and the many battles he's had within that CMV ring. And even before he entered the world of sports as a German special ops soldier. But never has Harvey Hastings' mind betrayed him as a couple of months ago when he viciously beat down his own son and then proceeded to try and lay the blame on Paul Devine. He thought he had everything orchestrated to frame the Asian sensation as the culprit. But Stefan revealed the truth to the world last week, that his father was behind it all along. And now Stefan wants to be the one to retire his old man. No one can truly know if Harvey Hastings was in his right mind when he did what he did, but judging by his reaction last week when Stefan played the tape on the Titantron, one would have to assume he was at the mercy of himself. That other side. Whoa! Stefan! Is he flying, by the way? This might be the greatest Ascendance entrance of all time. Who else can say they have flown into the Ascendance arena? Stefan stepping on the heads of the CMV universe as he makes his way to the ring. There we go. Now he's found some solid ground. Stefan brought into CMV by his father, and together they shared tag team gold. Harvey Hastings setting Stefan up to carry on the lineage of the Hastings name. But whatever Harvey's motive may have been to do what he did to his son, it really doesn't matter. Stefan is going to carry on the Hastings name, but in his own way. And it starts here tonight at the grandest stage of them all when he's the one to retire the psychopath. Referee Murphy rings that bell. We get it on. So much of Harvey Hastings can be found in Stefan, but they're also so different at the same time, because even since Stefan came to CMV under the tutelage of his father, you could see that look from time to time when Harvey commanded him to do something, or they were in a match and Harvey wanted him to use some sort of underhanded tactic. Stefan, he doesn't like to carry himself that way, but wanted to be a good son and wanted to take his father's lead. But then to be betrayed by the one man he should be able to trust above all others in his life. I've heard some say this is just a harsh final lesson by Harvey Hastings, but I don't buy it. Harvey is a sick, twisted, and demented man, and I am happy, not because I like to see someone's career end. I don't like Harvey Hastings as an individual. I've made that clear, but that doesn't mean I don't love seeing him in that ring do what he does best. a two-time United States champion, former world champion and tag team champion. He's had some fantastic matches, unforgettable moments here in CMV. But I'm happy to see him go because I don't want to see him go insane if he hasn't already. At the hands of his own seed, this could be a mercy kill. Drop kick to the knee, taking Stefan down, rolls to the outside, and look at Pop saying, "Come on, boy, get back in the ring. Where you running?" Forearm smash gets caught by Stefan, rejected, thrown back into the ring. On his tail, Stefan rolls to his feet with quickness, standing Spanish fly. Rolling him forward. Takes the arm, smacks it off the canvas. And it's not just their personalities that differentiate from one another. Stefan, although he does exhibit that same sort of speed and agility as his father, doesn't have that same ruthless edge. Stefan enjoys the fight. He loves putting on fantastic performances for the CMV universe, whereas Harvey Hastings, at the end of the day, only cares about one thing, that's results. And if he has to seriously hurt someone in order to obtain those results, then so be it. But if there is a ruthless edge within Stefan, it will be brought out tonight. Is he having second thoughts, though, perched on the top rope, staring down at his father? Stefan doesn't seem to want to do it. No, he turns back. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If that was Harvey Hastings in that exact same position, he wouldn't have given it a second thought. But Stefan is a good man. Long Island slam. Taken by arm and leg again. Going after that elbow. A stomp to the face. Followed closely by a knee to the temple. Goes after the knee. Half Boston Crab. Harvey Hastings. Known to be a deadly submission artist throughout his CMV career. Mainly with that potent anaconda vice of his. Far from the only way he could beat an opponent, though. Soaring from the top rope with the Blitzkrieg, the cleanest shooting star press there is to be seen in the wrestling world. Stop to the back of the knee. Another Long Island slam. I think that's the third he's hit in this match. Big Tim fan. But now backing into the corner, Stefan. With his finger on the trigger. The handspring headshot. 1, 2, 3! And with the maneuver that Harvey Hastings made famous, Stefan lays his father to rest. Son beats father here at the grandest stage of them all. And this is a great win for Stefan and his career going forward. One that I hope flourishes, but at the same time, you have to feel for the young Stefan. He just had to pin his own father in front of 60,000 people here live and millions watching at home. And who knows how that will impact their family going forward. But for now, Stefan says it's time to rest, Pops. It's time for me to take the mantle and run with it in my way. And before we get to our main event here on part one of Ascendance 7, guys, an unsanctioned match between Josh Wolf and Reese Ortiz. It is the meeting of the crazies. Levi Marta, with his first match in CMV in over 2 years, goes one-on-one with Bloody Justice. We talked a lot about mental health in that last match in regards to Harvey Hastings. Well, we questioned whether or not Harvey Hastings has fully lost his marbles yet. These two, definitely out there already. There's no questioning that. But Levi Marta may just be the sickest individual on this entire earth for what he did to Bloody Justice. Coming out of nowhere after 2 years of silence. At a homecoming, Levi Marta set his sights on Bloody Justice, kidnapping him, bringing him God knows where, and doing unspeakable things to him while in captivity. And no rhyme or reason as to why Levi Marta chose Bloody Justice. But that is much what Levi Marta is all about. But Levi Marta took something from Bloody Justice, and that was the chance to become world champion. BJ's first ever world title opportunity inside of the Elimination Chamber at Purgatory was robbed by Marta. And Bloody Justice has come for revenge here tonight at Ascendance 7. This has been an astronomical season for Bloody Justice. Truly, I don't know if I've seen the CMV universe get behind somebody more than they have Bloody Justice. And in the biggest match of his CMV career here at the Show of Shows, BJ is looking to show that faith is not misplaced. Sure, he's outside of the box. He's kooky. You may even call him absolutely deranged. But Bloody Justice is beloved by these fans. And in that ring, he has shown night in and night out that despite his many, mental happenings, he can hang with the best of the best. And that is exactly why he has garnered this support. He's the ultimate underdog. Levi Marta, maybe that's why he's decided to sink his teeth into him. The sinister CMV veteran, who again hadn't been seen before homecoming in 2 years. In his time, former United States champion, Anarchy champion, tag team champion, light heavyweight champion. Marta, once upon a time, was kind of the Bloody Justice of now. Even though he was quite clearly not all there upstairs, people were cheering him on, wanting him to succeed. But then just like that, he vanished. Resurfacing to make the life of Bloody Justice a living nightmare, and a cut of ice. Gets a knee off the back of the head. 3 of them, as a matter of fact. Levi Marta has been willing to do some truly disgusting things to get under the skin of Bloody Justice. Most recently showing up in the Bloody Forest while the Justice family was having their yearly dinner to honor the passing of their matriarch. Levi Marta showed up on BJ's front lawn and called him out. The two engaging in a brutal beatdown of one another. But it's here at Ascendant 7 that Bloody Justice is looking to once and for all get the monkey off his back. Stomp, followed by a pinpoint knee down across the bridge of the nose. Scoop slam, Levi Marta drops down behind. Able to push Bloody Justice forward. Clothesline out of the ring, and I'll give credit where it's due. Levi Marta, for not having been inside of a wrestling ring in over 2 years, is looking phenomenal. As if he hasn't missed a step. Colin will tie up Bloody Justice, keeping him at bay. Referee Murphy already at the count of 3, and Bloody Justice does not want to let his big Ascendance moment end via a count out. Levi Marta, knowing him as I do, would love to see it happen. One, off that straightjacket German. Just barely. Back to the Anaconda Vice. Levi Marta wants to squeeze the innards of Bloody Justice's skull out. Levi Marta opening himself up to that full Nelson reverse DDT. Gets the sweep. Justice, not knowing the meaning of the word quit. Knowing where he is, grabs for the ropes. Speaking of, drops sternum first right on top of him. Lateral press, 1, 2. I don't even know if that was a 2 count. Very close. If not, I got a bit overzealous. Hook to the jaw. Irish whip, Bloody Justice. Coming back at him. Whoa, mama, what a spine buster. Oh, man. That has some serious moves behind it. Another pin. Levi Marta very frequently trying to end this match. He knows that he's got some ring rust. Doesn't want to give Bloody Justice a chance like that right there with the sickle. 2 count nearing a 3, but no cigar. Pulled in for the short arm shoulder block. Irish whip gonna send Justice into the... What the... Oh my God, what the hell? Bloody Justice! What is the... He just... What? Huh? Sister's Joy! Sister's Joy! What the... 1, 2... No! What did we just see? Bloody... I'm speechless! The lights just went off, and when they came back on, Justice was on the other side of the ring. This is... I'm creeped out over here. Levi Marta doesn't seem as phased as I and everybody else is. Doing his little shuck and duck. Regal Plex, 1, 2. Oh my God. But a cat's hair away from 3. Modified back body drop. Levi Marta. Open palms coming from overhead. Right across the face, and look at this combination. Levi Marta is back, guys. He may be better than ever. Into the midsection, though. Gets caught by Bloody Justice, thrown overhead with that T-bone. Justice collapsing in the corner, running on fumes. Whatever he has left, brought together to hit that neck breaker. Levi Marta using his own momentum against him, just chucked him overhead, and another back body drop. Marta from the ropes, throwing his boot right down Justice's throat. a sick smile from ear to ear. Levi Marta, here at the Show of Shows, is looking to take yet another moment away from Bloody Justice. At the end of the corner, he's set. No. No. Bloody Justice, don't do this! Oh my God! No! No! Superplex to the outside! Oh my God! Insanity! Levi Marta's spine could be in a million different pieces right now. But somehow, inhumanly, he's on his own 2 feet. And these bloodthirsty fans here in attendance chanting, "This is awesome!" Justice from the corner again gets the neck breaker this time. Justice on another level tonight. I love it. 1, 2. Wasted too much time going for the pin. But refocuses himself. Bloody Justice. Irish whip to the corner. Don't tell me he's going to do it again. That hurts Bloody Justice perhaps just as much as it does Levi Marta with a dab. And all them normies out there. Rocket kick. See how his boot is just planted firmly across the side of BJ's head. 1, 2, 3! Levi Marta! Has done it again. Despite everything that Justice threw at him. Disappearing. The superplex to the outside. But when deranged meets deranged, who is truly the winner? Bloody Justice, despite his valiant efforts, shouldn't have his head hung low, but he does as he heads off to the back. You can't help but feel sorry for the kid. Levi Marta has tormented him for months on end, and it seems as though the end still isn't in sight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our main event here for part 1 of Ascendance 7, a culmination near 2 years in the making, as Josh Wolf will meet Reese Ortiz in an unsanctioned match, meaning this isn't going to go down in the record books. These two had to sign a contract saying that they won't hold CMV responsible for what they may do to each other. And what they may do to each other could very well mean death. Josh Wolf said it himself earlier this week on Supremacy. Ortiz was there to stop me when I was on the verge of winning the Cyborg Invitational. He was there to rally against getting me removed from last year's main event at Ascendance 6 against Chris Andrews for the Alpha World Championship. And he was there to take the Alpha World title from me and hand it off to Pat LaFave. And for so long, Josh Wolf suppressed those feelings. Him and Reese Ortiz winning the Tag Team Cup in Tokyo, Japan, becoming the World Tag Team Champions, and then the Unified World Tag Team Champions, becoming friends. But something in Wolf snapped, and he came to the realization that he didn't have a brother watching his back. He had an enemy. Someone who has only ever wanted his downfall. And Wolf allowed Fenrir to once again take residence in his mind. And Wolf has come dressed for the occasion. The God of Wolves is not here tonight at Ascendance to have an instant classic with Reese Ortiz. He is here to end Reese Ortiz. Ortiz is no stranger to betrayal. We all remember what happened to him last season. But he overcame that all. Became a better man for it. And he thought that he and Josh Wolf had put their differences aside. Let those old wounds heal. Became close. One of the best tag teams in CMV history. No doubt this season, but I'll say it, may rival the likes of X-Gen and hashtag trending worldwide. But all along, Josh Wolf had those intentions of one day making Reese Ortiz feel like he did. And it all has come to this. Unsanctioned. No rules. Anything goes. Truly. The only ones responsible for their actions are Josh Wolf and Reese Ortiz. Referee Murphy is only here to count the pin or call for a submission. He has no other powers. He can't call this one off. Forearm smash to the lower back by Reese Ortiz, taking Josh Wolf down. And these past couple of weeks, these two have been unable to come in contact with one another because General Manager of Supremacy, Jay Dynamite, enacted a no contact rule. But just to show how far he's willing to go, earlier this week on Supremacy, Josh Wolf didn't attack Reese Ortiz, but did lay his hands on Jay Dynamite, super kicking our GM right in her face as he stared into the eyes of Reese Ortiz. And if Josh Wolf is willing to go there, then I can't even fathom what else he would be willing to do. And not too far into this one, Reese Ortiz already digging under that ring, bringing out a metal bat. Looking to smack it right across Wolf's skull. Josh saving himself. Ortiz sends him face first off the top turnbuckle again and again and again and again. Repeatedly until he's satisfied. But I don't know if either man will be until the other is lying in a pool of their own blood. Lifting reverse DDT by Ortiz. Former undisputed World Heavyweight Champion hasn't been in action since he lost his title inside of the Elimination Chamber at Purgatory. That was a night that Josh Wolf had a smile on his face. Ortiz feeling that same pain that he did at the top of this season when Reese Ortiz was instrumental in taking the Alpha World Championship from Wolf. And like Wolf said himself, you handed it to Pat LaFave. Didn't even take it for yourself. Reese Ortiz has spent this entire season trying to turn a leaf, be a better man. Not just outside of the ring, but in the ring too. He mended those fences. But apparently Josh Wolf didn't think so. Outside of the ring, there are no countouts, and this is Falls Count Anywhere. Pendulum backbreaker, knee to the middle of the back. Now going to continue to target that section of the spine. Cheeky jab under the solar plexus and some knees to come through after. Josh Wolf on any normal night when he's himself is already a dangerous man, but as we've seen before, when he lets Fenrir take over, oh my lord, turning Reese Ortiz inside out with that wrist lock lariat and sent back into the ring now. Josh Wolf isn't a man when Fenrir is at the helm. He's a beast, frothing at the mouth, and the only thing that can satiate him is the agony of others. And tonight, that's Reese Ortiz, double knees to the upper back. From out of the corner, Josh Wolf tries to pull him up to a vertical base, but Ortiz is ready. Back body drop, misses the stop. Back into the ring, has the bat in hand, right over the skull! Could be a hairline fracture. Right down the center, and Ortiz now just unloading with stomps. Targeting that head with an air raid siren neck breaker. And Ortiz said, "You wanted this, Wolf." Lateral press, only a 1 count? Are you kidding me? That could kill a normal person. A shot like that over the head with a goddamn metal bat. Irish whip countered out of the corner. Josh Wolf comes at him, gets double knees to the face. Drop kick from Brett's rope. Ortiz trying to rally these fans. Forearm smash. Down into the corner goes Wolf. Ortiz with a pendulum drop kick. Double boot to the sternum. Ortiz, super kick to the knee. Spinning enziguri. Wolf's head snapping back. 1, 2. But that ain't gonna be all she wrote. She's looking into the eyes of a man he once considered an enemy, but then a friend, and now an arch rival. Double leg takedown, Wolf with hand fists, trying to break through Ortiz's defenses. Not too sure if he had much luck, couldn't tell from that angle, but Wolf down onto both knees. We know who he's praying to. Trying to find the strength to continue, and I think he has. Forearm smash, inverted atomic drop, scoop slam by the former Alpha World Champion. Ortiz on spaghetti legs, Wolf tries to go low. Ortiz saw it coming and under the ring again. What's he gonna bring out to play with? Kendo stick. But seeing that Wolf is on his 6, has no choice but to prepare, throwing down his weapon, and now face first off of the apron. Wolf going old school, on the hunt, on the hunt. Hardly able to get to his feet. And on the outside where those thin pads cover the concrete floor that lies beneath, Ortiz's entire spine could have just been shattered, and Wolf knows it. Shoots the half, lateral press, center of the ring. 1, 2, 3, Josh Wolf has beaten Reese Ortiz. He had his last laugh. Fenrir stands tall. Reese Ortiz limping to the back. Is this the last we have seen of the Rebel. All right, guys, I actually have some good news. Well, good news for me and maybe some of you, but I got tomorrow off, so I am actually going to be able to stream Ascendance properly tomorrow. I don't know if I even could do another 8 matches right now, to be completely honest. My voice is already starting to go, and my head is certainly throbbing. I need to go and pass out for the rest of the day. But yes, Ascendance Part 2 going to be tomorrow night, guys. Still 8 more amazing matches to get into, but what a show this was from top to bottom. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This weekend is turning out to be stellar. Homebound was great. Ascendance Part 1, phenomenal, and I'm sure that tomorrow will be no different. So make sure, if you are not following me yet, you do so that you get those notifications when I go live. Tomorrow probably be around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to imagine. If it's different than that, I'll let y'all know, but more than likely 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So ensure that you are ready, willing, and able, because it is only going to get better. But for now, I hope that you have a phenomenal rest of your Saturday nights. You all know the deal. If you want to be a part of our show, communityuniverse.4motion.com, although it's probably a little bit late now. You might as well wait until 2K20 because there's only a few weeks left in the season. But, you know, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Exclamation point Jordan in the chat will give you a link. Exclamation point Twitter. Exclamation point Discord for our social media. Love y'all. And I will see you tomorrow night. I better see you tomorrow night. Bye.